All right, everybody. Good morning, good evening, afternoon, whatever you guys are catching this on the replay. My name is Mike, CrossFit Ergo Core Nutrition. Trying something new here, and going to be doing these nutrition talks every single month, and kind of excited about them. We got a lot of put together a lot of great content for you guys, and so, starting it off this year or this month with a very applicable topic on 5 tips to navigate a healthy holiday. So, excited to have you guys here and excited to kind of present this. So, when you think about the holidays, like what exactly comes to mind? Hopefully, friends and family made the top of your list, right? But undoubtedly, the thought of the hustle and bustle and the stress and the late nights and the food and most likely treats and even some of you, the alcohol, right? So, after working on your health and wellness goals for weeks and weeks and months, the holiday season always seems to feel like a time when we get derailed. So, but what if I told you that this year you could stay on track, right? And you could still enjoy everything the holiday season has to offer. So, I'm going to share with you the 5 tips for navigating a healthy holiday. All right, so here we go. I'm just playing with the technology here, right? So working through some bugs. First one, they'll get better. I promise you. Go back and look at our very first weekly thruster, and it was terrible, terrible. So here at Ergo Core Nutrition, we believe that something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated. So that said, we have partnered up with Healthy Steps Nutrition, and it was a fantastic marriage, so to speak. So our nutrition program is backed by a company called Healthy Steps Nutrition, and they have helped over 35,000 people all over the world take control of their health and their nutrition. The owner is a CrossFit gym owner, and they are, pretty darn awesome. So they wrote a couple of nutrition courses in the old school CrossFit nutrition days. And so they have a lot of incredible success stories. So, and you know what these success stories have in common? They all built habits that left them confident in any situation and helped them lose weight and helped them keep it off. So that is fantastic. All right, so let's get started. Have you ever felt derailed, experienced weight gain during the holiday season, right? So a scientific review article found that various studies define the holiday season as starting around Thanksgiving and ending around the second week of January, right? So in this review, they found the studies of adults, and they all had a significant weight gain of about 2 pounds over this holiday. Me, that sounds like not a lot. I feel like I could gain 5 pounds in one meal. But further along, individuals who were already obese, who were attempting to lose weight, saw an average gain of about 9 pounds. So that seems a little bit more like my personal experience here. But anyway, so it happens. Holidays tend to derail our progress for sure. So if most people, whether they're aiming to lose weight or not, are gaining weight, you're probably wondering how you can enjoy the holidays and stay on track to achieve your goals. So let's dive into 5 tips here, right? Tip number 1, remember your why. Now, I know this sounds a little cheesy when you get into it, but really, really important here. So, what is your why? Behind every goal, there's an emotion and of how we want to feel when we achieve that goal. And this is really important. So, for instance, when we work with nutrition clients looking to lose weight, there's usually a reason they want to lose weight, right? Typically, they tell us they want to feel more confident in their skin, have more energy. So, why? So, your why is important, right? So important that it's tip number one. So, one study explored the interconnections between goal setting and individual personality factors. So, for 10 weeks, 41 participants received goal plans that were either set by supervisors or chosen by the participants themselves, right? And the results revealed that participants with a greater understanding of why the goal was necessary for them had way more of a chance of being successful than the target plans, right? The ones that were set by the supervisor. So take a moment in your workbook and write down your goal. If you guys don't have a workbook, the link is going to be somewhere here below that you guys can download it, right? So write down your goal and then answer why 3 times. So here's an example for you. I want to lose 10 pounds. Why do you want to lose 10 pounds? So I can fit into some old clothes in the back of my closet, right? Why are those clothes so important to you? Well, I see pictures of myself wearing them and I want to look really good again. And we're going to ask it again. Why is wearing those clothes and looking good important to you? Example could be if I lose 10 pounds and fit back into those old clothes, I will feel more comfortable and more confident in my own skin. So that's a really common, real basic example. So the goal is to continually check in about your why that is so important, right? So this will lead us to truly understand the strong emotional connection. For some, it may only take 3 lines. Others may need more, right? You may need to go a few more levels deeper, right? To get started, so let's take a minute and fill out those lines. I will hang out here for about 60 seconds for you guys. Okay, awesome. So you guys should have been able to write down your why and go a few levels deep on that. That's really, really important. That first level just doesn't quite get you what you're looking for, right? We want to go deep. We want to know why our why exists, right? So here we go. Once you uncover and understand your why, think about writing it down somewhere or having a symbol in a place that you'll see it every day as a reminder to keep you motivated, right? There's a couple different ways you might be able to do this. Maybe you write it on a piece of paper that goes on the fridge, or stick it to a Post-it note on your mirror, or put it on the lock screen of your phone, right? Maybe it's that goal outfit that you wanted to wear and maybe hang it up in the front of your closet so you can kind of see it. So make it somewhere where you can see that why on a consistent basis. All right, number 2, speaking of consistent, stay consistent, right? We talk about this in the gym all the time. Consistency is key to success in pretty much anything, right? So the magic pill is going to be consistency. Everybody wants the magic pill, right? Consistency. Consistent actions lead to lasting results. Even during a season of traveling and treats and other gatherings, it's really, really important to stay consistent with your routine. Take a moment to reflect on these questions, right? Ask yourself, do you have a daily routine? How many days a week are you able to stay active? And do you have a morning and an evening routine, right? What are some of these things that you do in the morning, some of these things that you do in the evening, right? I bet you brushing your teeth is on one of them. Hopefully you're consistently brushing your teeth, right? So here's some pros tips when wanting to stay consistent during the holiday season, right? First, block out time on your calendar to stay active. Really, really important. Put your workouts in your calendar. Put walking the dog in the calendar, block it out. Take a look at your busy holiday schedule. Can you find 2 to 3, maybe more days a week where you can block out and move your body? And this could be absolutely anything. If you can't make it here into the gym, go walk the dog, go for a bike ride, take the kids for a walk, whatever it may be. Do burpees in your hotel room, right? Maybe you are in a place or at home where you can go to the gym, and that's fantastic as well. If you're traveling, block out the time for a walk with your loved ones as well. So, really, really important to block that out. And it's pretty easy to do. You just got to take the time to actually do it. Okay. Next, block out time on your calendar to pick out what meals you eat for the week and shop for those ingredients, right? Not only will you find yourself staying on track if you plan out your meals during the holiday weeks, but this will allow you to stay more consistent with your even eating, even on days like Thanksgiving or Christmas Day. Okay, lastly, stay consistent with your sleep. Super, super important, right? The holiday season often brings late nights. So, when we're not getting enough sleep, this may lead to decreased ability to properly and efficiently digest those foods and beverages that we consume and may leave us feeling inflamed or even bloated, right? We've all been there. So, one of the best things you can do for your body is being mindful about getting at least 6 hours of sleep at night, maybe more. So, sleep, super, super important. All right, tip number 3, let's plan ahead. So, we talked a little bit about that already, but plan ahead. A goal without a plan is merely a wish, right? In a busy season, it's easy to let your health and fitness slip to the back burner, right? By having a plan, you're able to set yourself up for success. So, plan out your meals and your snacks for the week. If you're traveling, what great lean and shelf-stable proteins can you bring to stay on track, right? When I travel, I always grab RX bars and turkey jerky, right? And some of these things you can actually find at the gas stations as well if they're well stocked. Be sure to schedule time to go grocery shopping, okay, if possible, right? So you know that you're going to have great options when you're out on the road and you can stay on track. Okay, remember we talked about staying consistent even on days like Thanksgiving. So, what did we mean by that, right? How do we stay consistent on Christmas Day when that big ham is there sitting there in front of us? So, one of the biggest mistakes we see people make is changing their routine to save up for that big meal, right? AKA skipping breakfast and lunch and snacks in order to wait for that feast. So, when we skip meals like that, we're actually increasing our chances of falling off track. So, as we starve our bodies, we will enter dinner time and sit down at that table feeling overly hungry. This may lead to eating faster and definitely over consuming. So, instead, plan out balanced breakfast and lunch that focuses on lean protein and veggies. So, my favorite breakfast is easily turned into an omelet with chopped veggies and ham, right? It's really easy to sneak all those veggies into the eggs, and the ham gives it a little extra flavor, right? If you stay consistent with your eating routine, it will be easier to stay mindful and on track. Remember, meals like Christmas Day are just like any other dinner time. All right, tip number 4, remember the plate method. This is one of the staples we teach here. No matter where you're at or what you're making for dinner, keep the plate method in mind. And it's easy to stay on track. So, the plate method is filling half your plate with non starchy veggies, quarter plate lean protein, and a quarter plate of the starchy carbs or those healthy fats. So, those are your regular carbs, so to speak. If you remembered tips 2 and 3, you're going to go to any special holiday meal feeling fueled and mindful. And then when you step up to the table and grab your food, or, maybe you're ordering out at a restaurant, aim to recreate this picture here. Okay? All right, here's some tips. Eat your non-starchy veggies first. Eat the broccoli, eat the lettuce, eat the salad first. Next, eat your protein. Save the starchy carbs for the end of the meal. And this one was huge for me personally. Being mindful and slowing down. Our brain is absolutely slow in recognizing that we're full. So it's basically 15 minutes behind our belly, right? Let's say you do all that and you still feel hungry. Go back for more veggies. Okay. All right. We're on to the last tip. Number 5, staying mindful. Okay. Really, really, really important, especially in these rapid times that we are in right now, right? So we know that highly restrictive diets or mindset are just not sustainable, right? This often leads to that yo-yo dieting we often hear about. But why does that happen? So if you have kids or you remember being one, do you remember when you were told to do something you can't do something or you can't have something, right? Do you remember being hyper focused on that? It's the same thing. When we tell ourselves we can't have something like pie, cookies, or the blanket statement of having 0 sugar, we start to think more about the cravings until we finally succumb to what often looks like over consuming or binging, right? Do you want that treat? Great. Go have it, then move on, right? And don't have the whole pie, have a slice of pie, right? This is the season of sweetened treats. Instead of feeling deprived that you can't have something, then overeating, have a little bit and then move on, okay? It's okay to have the treat. I'm giving you permission here. So, for more tips, check out HSN's podcast, right? And specifically episode number 42. You can check it out. It's called the Nutrition Made Simple podcast, right? It has really been one of my favorite podcasts to just binge lately. But episode number 42 is going to give you a lot more great tips. Okay, right. At this point in the handbook, you should have most of that filled out, and hopefully you're feeling a little bit more confident going into the next few weeks, right? So with all the misinformation out there, we know you can feel overwhelmed, and we want to start building our foundation here. So here are some Healthy Steps Nutrition principles that have helped a lot of people take control of their health one habit at a time. So number 1, add more whole foods to your diet, right? This one's pretty simple. Shop around the perimeter of the grocery store. If it has a chemistry experiment on the label or comes in a box, don't eat it. It's not a whole food. It's a chemistry experiment, right? Eat whole foods. Okay? Start choosing whole foods, less processed foods. Those are typically packed with sodium, fat, and sugar. A simple way to do this is by reshaping your plate with the plate method. We're going to go back to that. It's never going to die, right? Half plate, non-starchy veggies, quarter plate lean protein, quarter plate starchy carbs, and mindful healthy fats, right? So remember to recreate this plate during those holiday meals. Principle number 2, focus on balance. And by balance, when we say that, does every meal and snack you consume throughout the day have a carb, protein, and fat? We want all 3 in every meal. Pairing each meal and your snacks with all 3 of those macronutrients are going to help you feel fuller and longer. Number 3, and this is a big one, right? We want to have no more than 6 tablespoons for women and 9 tablespoons for men of added sugar in our diets per day, right? The average person consumes over 150 pounds. Oh my gosh, 150 pounds of sugar per year. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about that. If I were to have an example of how to visualize that, it's crazy. That's 46 teaspoons per day. So this is not surprising. Sugar is super addicting, and if it is absolutely hidden in every food you find with a package. They want it to taste good, so they put the added sugar in there. Try to avoid this at all costs. If that's the only thing you do that. Okay, so now let's take time to answer some of our frequently asked questions we hear about all the time here at the gym, right? Number 1, what should I eat around your workout? So fueling around your workouts, we're trying to gain muscle, lose fat, increase energy, And really any health and fitness goal is going to be important, right? So aim to have healthy carbs and protein before and after your workout, right? If you don't put gas in your car, you wouldn't expect it to get anywhere, would you? So don't run your body on E, right? My favorite pre-workout fuel is applesauce pouch and an HSN egg muffin. We got tons of recipes on our website. The egg muffin is fantastic. My favorite post-workout fuel has slowly become non-fat Greek yogurt with a handful of blueberries mixed in, or any kind of frozen berries work. But blueberries are pretty easy to find around here, especially certain times of the year, and it tastes like ice cream. It's like I'm eating ice cream, right? So high protein carbs fuel you up. You want to keep the fats to a minimum before and after your workout because those tend to slow digestion. Save those for the period of time for after your workouts, right? All right, next one that we hear all the time. What if I don't like veggies? Right? What if I don't like veggies? I've heard this so many times, and maybe you feel this way too, right? But I want to challenge you. What if you just haven't found the way you like them, right? This was my case. I can't stand raw veggies. I feel like I'm pulling the broccoli straight out of the ground and still got dirt on it, right? Roasting your veggies for a nice crunch rather than mushy veggies, adding good seasoning for flavor. You can be excited about that, and like even finding ways to sneak them into recipes and smoothies are a way to get more veggies out of your day. One of the best things I purchased is a air fryer. I got a super nice one made by Ninja, and it'll roast them, it'll air fry them, it does it all sorts of different ways, and it is super easy to clean and fast, and get yourself an air fryer. So where should I start, right? We hear this all the time. What's the first step I should take, right? So I want you to start with one thing at a time. Maybe it's something you already have in mind, or maybe it's one of the things that we discussed today. But the best and fastest way to reach your goals is to work one-on-one with a nutrition coach, right? And to build an individualized plan for you. We can do that for you. Right? So here's the deal. There's never a perfect time to get started. There's always something that will get in the way. You have to make the commitment to yourself. It's simple, but it's not easy. But we are here to help you. So if you're thinking this all sounds great, but I don't even know where to start, I really just need someone to help me create a plan that's realistic for me, not Joe or Julie or someone else, but for you. And this is the big one, someone to hold you accountable. We would love to do that. We would love to help you out. So some really cool things. If you're looking to hear more about the program, right, tune into the Nutrition Made Simple podcast. You're going to get lots of really good bits and pieces on that. So that's a really good way. And that is absolutely free. Podcasts are free. It's pretty cool. But one of the things, if coaching isn't necessarily something you're nervous about it, we have an awesome nutrition challenge coming up here starting January 17th, right? So we're excited to launch this, and it's going to have nutrition plans. You're going to work one-on-one with Coach Jana here. There's going to be accountability. We have a limited number of spots, and they've already started. We launched this yesterday in the gym, and they're starting to fill up. So you'll work with the coach individually to discuss your goals at the beginning and the end. You're going to have group support of everybody around you as well throughout the challenge, and a little bit of accountability built in. So you can either scan that QR code on your screen now, or we'll have the link underneath somewhere, wherever you're looking at it, in our bio, underneath in the comments. We will find a way to get it to you. So for everybody that's online now, now's the time. We got to go into a Q&A. So we learned 5 easy tips when navigating the healthy holiday, right? Remember to start with your why, stay consistent, plan ahead, use the plate method, and stay mindful. So want to see if anybody's got any pressing questions they want to hear about now. Oh, you guys are all quiet, right? Okay, well, you know how to get a hold of me here. Leave some comments, DM me, whatever it takes. See you at the gym, and we'll get all those questions answered for you. So I hope you took a lot out of this nutrition talk today. We're going to be doing these every single month. And because so many struggle to stay on track and motivated, especially this time of year. So, with these 5 easy tips, you can feel confident this holiday season. You don't have to go backwards. You can continue on the path, right? Thanks again for joining me, watching this video. And if you're looking for additional help to dive into your nutrition to reach those short and long-term goals, be sure to schedule a free intro session. Jump in on our nutrition challenge, right? We'll get you started with our amazing nutrition coach, Jana, myself. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we will see you next time.